No starvation required. Have you ever felt stuck between wanting to get lean and strong but hating the idea of starving yourself or obsessing over every bite? I've been there, and I will tell you this: you don't need to suffer to reach your goals. In this video, I'm sharing actionable steps that help me stay lean, build strength, and still enjoy my food. No starvation required. But for years, I thought the only way to get lean and stay strong was to either starve myself or eat bland, boring meals. I would try this strict diet, and I always ended up feeling miserable, binge eating junk or quitting altogether. There was a time I was seeing this amazing woman who was vegan, and naturally I wanted to impress her. She influenced me to give up meat, saying it would not only improve my health but also help the planet. I thought, why not? I jumped in fully, cutting out all animal products and trying to survive on vegetables, beans and tofu and all that banter. At first, it felt good. I was motivated and I enjoyed the challenge of trying new recipes. But after just a couple of weeks, things started to fall apart. I was constantly hungry, low on energy, and cranky all the time. My workouts took a huge hit. I couldn't lift the same weight or push myself like I used to. On top of that, I started craving everything I had cut out: eggs, chicken, steak, you name it. One night, I broke down and ordered an entire meat lovers pizza. I ate the whole thing in one sitting, and while it tasted amazing in the moment, I felt guilty afterwards. It wasn't just about pizza, it was the realization that I was trying to force myself into a lifestyle that didn't feel natural to me. That's when I decided to take a step back and listen to my body. Instead of sticking to a diet just to impress someone else or follow a trend, I started paying attention to what made me feel good. For me, that meant bringing back high quality animal proteins whilst they incorporated more veggies into my meals. What I learned from this experience is that no one size fits all diet will work for everyone. You have to figure out what feels good for your body and aligns with your goals, not someone else's. The turning point came when I stopped seeing food as the enemy and started seeing it as fuel. Instead of focusing on what I couldn't eat, I started paying attention to how food made me feel. So eat for how you feel, not just taste. When I started asking myself, how would this meal make me feel? An hour from now, everything changed. I realized that lighter meals with whole, nutrient-dense foods made me feel energized and ready to take on the day. I remember the time I decided to have a honey bun, a heavily glazed one that I hadn't touched in years. I was working on my computer, feeling good and productive, and I thought, why not have a little treat, eh? So I grabbed the honey bun, ate it quickly, and for a moment, it tasted amazing. But what happened next shocked me. Within minutes, I started feeling weak. It was as if all the energy had been drained out of me. My body felt uncomfortable, almost as if it was trying to fight off the sugar rush, and my focus completely vanished. I couldn't stay on task, and before I knew it, I ended up crashing hard. I couldn't believe how much that one snack had affected me in real time. It was an eye-opening moment. I realized that food wasn't just about taste. It had a direct impact on how I felt, how I performed, and even how I thought. What's crazy is that so many people eat like this every single day without even making the connection. They feel tired, depressed, or unmotivated and blame it on their circumstances or their mindset, when in reality, their eating habits are the root cause. That experience made me even more cautious of the food I put into my body. I started focusing on meals that left me feeling light and energized instead of sluggish and drained. It wasn't about being perfect, but about being mindful of how every choice impacted my day. So this is an actionable step for you. Before your next meal, pause for a second and ask, will this make me feel energized or sluggish? Start experimenting with lighter, whole food-based meals and track how you feel after. Number 2, get addicted to moving after meals. Instead of crashing on the couch after eating, I made walking a habit. It doesn't just help burn calories, it also improves digestion, reduce cravings, and boost your mood. Looking back, I didn't realize at first how much of an impact walking and cycling after meals had on my life. It just became something I did naturally. When I wasn't driving, I would walk 30 minutes to the bus stop, or when the buses were out of service, I would cycle for an hour to get home at night. At the time, it was just part of my routine, but over time, I started to notice how much it was helping me in ways I had not expected. For one, it completely changed how I felt after meals. Instead of sitting still and feeling heavy, the movement helped with digestion and left me feeling light and energized. But more than that, those walks and bike rides were therapeutic. Being out in nature, especially during those late night rides, gave me a sense of peace and clarity. It was just me, the quiet of the night, and my thoughts. What I realized is that so many of the problems we carry, stress, overthinking, even feeling of being stuck, can start to dissolve when we are active in nature. It's like you're moving both your body and your mind forward. The simplicity of just walking or cycling after a meal, breathing in fresh air, and being surrounded by nature does more for your mental and physical well-being than most people think. This habit became such a game changer for me that even when I didn't have to, I found myself wanting to go out for a walk or a ride just to reset and recharge. It reminded me that sometimes the simplest actions, like moving after a meal, can be the biggest impact on how you feel. So another actionable step for you is, after your next meal, set a timer for 10 minutes and go for a light walk. Pair it with a podcast or audiobook to make it more enjoyable. Number 3, teach the standard meal labels. One of the best shifts I made was ignoring the idea of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Instead, I eat when my body tells me to, not when the clock does. I used to eat breakfast as soon as I woke up because that's what everyone said was the most important meal of the day. But I always felt sluggish afterward, especially if I ate something heavy like toast or cereal. One day I decided to skip breakfast and just drink water and tea until I actually felt hungry. That ended up being around noon. I broke my fast with a big protein-packed meal. And for the first time, I felt lighter and more focused in the morning. Now, I don't force meals just because it's breakfast time. I eat when my body tells me to. So another actionable step for you is experiment with delaying your first meal until you are genuinely hungry. Focus on eating protein and healthy fats to stay full and energized. Number 4, I think, replace, don't restrict. Instead of banning foods, I started replacing them. Craving something sweet, I would grab a handful of berries or make a protein smoothie. Wanting something salty, roasted nuts or air pop popcorn did the trick. I used to crave chocolate like every evening, especially after dinner. Instead of trying to resist it completely, I started making a protein smoothie with cocoa powder, a frozen banana, almond milk. It tasted like dessert, satisfied my sweet tooth, and kept me full. Over time, I stopped craving candy and found myself naturally reaching for healthier options like fruits or Greek yogurts. So another actionable step, write down your top 3 cravings and brainstorm healthier alternatives you can actually enjoy. Have them ready in your kitchen to make better choices easier. So when you stop obsessing over calories and start paying attention to your body's signals, you'll find that staying lean and strong becomes second nature. You don't need to suffer or starve yourself. You just need to create habits that align with how you want to feel. If you're ready to ditch starvation diets and start feeling lean, strong, and energized, I want to help you. Join my newsletter or Telegram, where I share tips, personal insights, and actionable steps to help you stay on track. Let's build a lifestyle you love, one habit at a time. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comment section. I would really appreciate it. Remember, your body knows what it needs. You just need to listen. Train hard, connect deeper. In a bit.